Hey everybody, Mike here for another live stream. I hope we get some people in here this morning. It'll be great. I want to talk about online safety and how to keep your computer safe online and what things you need to do. Hey there, Gordon family. Good to see you. Glad you're here. How you doing today? That's good. Excellent. Me, I'm doing pretty good also. Pretty good. It's a little bit um, chilly here in Florida, but still around 60 degrees, which I can deal with. I know other places they have it a lot worse. So 60 degrees, I think I'm doing okay. How about where you live? How's the weather there? Chilly, freezing here in Germany. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm in the United States, so yeah, I know you told me your time is a lot different than ours. Now it's 12:30 in the afternoon. Your time is a lot different, but I'm glad you got to catch this live stream. And I'm talking about computer safety and the things you need to do online to keep your computer safe. And I hope it, I hope a lot of people watch this on the replay, and also people come into the live screen, and that'll be great because computer safety is a real thing, and people need to have really good passwords that are hard to figure out. Sure, any question is welcome. What's the question? Dun, dun, dun. When you're online and doing banking, when doing buying things online, paying your bills online, going to different websites, surfing the internet, it's important to have really secure passwords. And when I mean really secure passwords, I talk about passwords with upper and lowercase letters, password with symbols. Mix them up. The password 123 is just not going to make it anymore. It's not going to be safe. Your dog's name, children's names are not very safe. Both my boys have PS4, and it sounds like the console is breathing hard. Really, I think I missed some of that. Um, well, if they're under warranty, I would contact the store or contact the manufacturer, and they can give you information. If there's a defect and they're overheating, then you could send them back and they'll repair them for you if it's under warranty. Or you could find a local shop in your area that works on them, and they can give you an opinion hands on. But if it's under warranty, I would definitely look into that further. But if it's out of warranty, I would take it to a local shop, or I would call the company and tell them about it, and they may want you to send it to them for the repairs. And if, like I said, if you're in warranty, the repairs might be free. The parts might be free. You might have to pay for labor, but it really depends on the type of warranty you have. So I hope that helps you. Now, speaking of computer warranties, sure, you're welcome. What I like to tell people, good. If you hope you got somewhere with them, if not, I would recommend a local shop next that works on them, and they can give you advice about why they're overheating, and maybe they can look into it for you. And that's a thing that computers have a lot of issues. I been working on laptops and desktops for many years, and I can tell you that when you have a laptop that gets hot, it's a concern. If you use it for a long time, it will get hot. I recommend turning them off periodically when you're not using them, not just to hibernate mode and put it to sleep. I mean, turn it off, let it cool down. If it gets hot, very hot, there could be an issue with it. You may want to contact the manufacturer and talk to them about it, because when you buy a new computer, even if you don't have a warranty, computer manufacturers will give you 1 year hardware warranty. So if there's a problem, they may pay for the parts and you may have to pay for the labor, or you can get, usually with a laptop, you can get a pad that sits underneath it and you sit your laptop on it and has fans, and that'll cool your laptop somewhat. There has been problems with HP's DB6 models in the past, that they had overheating issues, and HP knew about that, and they were having problems with them. But the newer CPUs, they just don't overheat like before. Oh, good, Dark Tempest. I'm glad. I'm really happy your computer's working now. So make sure, if you have a warranty, a lot of customers, they come to me with computers, and sure, I want to make money. I need earn a living fixing computers. But if you have a warranty, I always direct them to the manufacturer, because you'll be surprised. A lot of people that have a warranty a manufacturer warranty, don't even realize they have it. If you bought a laptop within a year, you're going to be covered in some way. So check with the manufacturer first before you take it to a shop, because a lot of times they will honor the hardware end of it, or they will fix it all together with no charge. So keep that in mind and consider that. Also, if you have a laptop, make sure your power cord is not getting hot. You have a power cord, and your light should be on steady green all the time. But if that gets hot, and it gets really hot, that could be a concern. I've seen them overheat. I've seen them catch fire. You want to make sure your cord, your laptop adapter, is not getting very hot. If it does, you need to replace it, because that can prevent a fire by replacing it. And I've seen that happen. And be careful where you buy them too, because some of these low-end chargers are not very good. Always look for a warranty on the charger if you're going to replace one. And the manufactured one is usually better, so look into that first. And that goes for batteries too. If your laptop's not charging and it's not your jack inside the laptop, you can get a replacement battery on it. Look online for a replacement battery. You can get a pretty good deal on that. So keep that in mind. And also on a laptop, make sure that your fan is clear of dust, because on a laptop, the air circulates out of the fan through the laptop out. Not like desktops. A lot of their fans will suck the air in to cool it and shoot the air out, dissipate the air out. So a laptop is a different machine. It has a fan near the CPU, and it brings the brings the heat out. So you want to make sure that that area is clear, so the air can get out, and you don't want any dust in there. If there's dust in there, clean it off. Keep an eye on that too, because the last thing you want is a laptop that runs hot, because a laptop that runs really hot is not going to be effective, and your CPU is going to burn out eventually, and you don't want that to happen, because CPUs today are really expensive, and taking care of a laptop is important. That was useful information. Thank you. Sure, you're welcome. You're very welcome. And that goes for desktops too. If you have a desktop computer, make sure your fans are clean. If you have to, what I would do is unplug it, open it up, look at your fans, make sure they're all working, and make sure they're clear of dust. Your CPU fan sits right on top of your processor, and that has to work. If it doesn't work, your processor is going to overheat in time, and it's going to burn out the processor. And the computer is going to be broken. And you're going to have to get a new CPU or a whole new computer. So I always tell people, make sure your CPU fan is working and get some canned air, clean it out, clean out the vents all around on your heat sink. That's very important because you need air circulating in there. If not, the heat sink's going to get hot and your CPU is going to run hot. And do that periodically and make sure your desktop is in a well ventilated area. How can I clean the keyboards? Oh, on the laptop, you can get canned air and spray it around it, and that'll clean the keyboard. On the desktop, a regular keyboard. Okay, a laptop, you can use the canned air. Also, get a paper towel with a damp paper towel, and you could wipe it down. Just don't get it all wet because there's circuitry inside your keyboard. So even on a laptop, be careful and use the canned air to clean it. That's your best bet. If some of your keys aren't working, you might want to consider getting a new keyboard. But if the keys are all working, use canned air to maintain it and keep it in working condition. Because dust and crumbs and things get in there, and you want to try to keep that clean also. Your keyboard will last longer. Just like a mouse, if you have a wired mouse, which most people have wireless mouses today. Oh, sure, go ahead. There's a ball in a wired mouse, and you have to take that ball out and clean the dust, and then there's 2 rollers in there. Make sure you clean the dust off those rollers so the mouse will work better on the mouse pad. But if you have a wireless mouse, which most people are using today, just make sure you have good batteries in there and check your batteries periodically. Sometimes you'll have batteries that have been sitting a long time and they can deteriorate in there. So make sure and you check your batteries. Laptop battery pack also gets very hot after a few minutes. What's wrong with that? Well, then a year or two, there could be an issue with your battery, or the computer could be getting it hot. If it's hot on the outside, very hot on the outside, it's probably a problem with the battery. So I would definitely change the battery. They're very inexpensive. You can get them on eBay or Amazon. And you just need the model of the computer to replace your battery. And you type that in and definitely replace the battery if it gets too hot. And it has problems charging, or even too hot. It should not get too hot. But first you have to take the battery out and see if it's the computer getting it hot or if the battery is getting hot itself. Because it could be one or the other, it could be both. But yeah, faulty batteries. Batteries are too cheap for laptops now. There's no reason not to change it if you have an issue with it. You can get a battery usually for about $10, $20. And then you can see if that's the issue. But having a new battery is very good. I recommend changing your batteries. Batteries on laptops are only made to last 18 to 24 months. They tell you that in the manual, but most people don't really look at it. But that's the average life of a laptop battery. So I would change it, but also see if your computer is the one that's getting hot and not the battery, or both. And I hope that helps you out. Sometimes memory can get hot. If you have a bad piece of memory. Thank you for your help. I need your assistance, and you were there for me. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Anytime I could help you. If it's not on my live stream, just go on to my videos, and you'll get help there. Just seen you were on. Oh, that's okay. I appreciate you stopping by, Stacy. Always appreciate you coming around and seeing you in the different rooms like Just Living. We have a lot of fun. And hi, and you have a great day. I'm glad you popped in. That's very good. I appreciate that. And maybe sometime you can catch my live stream when you have time. I do give a lot of computer tips, and everybody can benefit from something. Everybody has a computer, so these tips are helpful for anybody, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an advanced user, because even advanced users sometimes don't think about different things or they neglect it. And it's good to check your equipment. Oh, sure, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being part of my community, and thank you for letting me be a part of uh, uh, Friends with you and everybody else. And we'll have a really good time. And it's really nice to wake up and go into some of the rooms like Just Living, and it's a lot of fun. And we help each other grow, and that's really good. So you take care and you have a great day. Yeah, and when it comes to your battery, like I was saying, make sure the battery doesn't get too hot. Make sure your power cord don't get too hot. Check them periodically. And if it does, when you're not using the computer, unplug it from the wall and from the computer. And when you go out, you don't want to leave your computer plugged in. It's still getting power from the wall. Thank you. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for stopping by. And you don't want to keep it plugged in. A desktop is a little bit different, but still, if you're having issues with a laptop, overheating and things like that, you don't want to leave it plugged in. When you leave, unplug it, replace that cord, and replace the battery if your batteries are getting too hot. And that should fix the problem. If it doesn't, then you have other issues, like your CPU is getting hot. But those are the cheapest things you can do to try to fix the problem. And going back to a little bit more safety, you really got to have your Windows update. If your computer's not updated on your Windows 10 computer, make sure you go in, type in Windows Update in your search bar, go in and get all the updates for Windows. Those will help you, protect you from people hacking, protect you from certain viruses, protect you from holes that are found in Windows and issues that have been reported. And you really need to keep it updated. Also, keep your antivirus updated. That's important too. Always have the latest definition files on your antivirus. If you don't have an antivirus, get a free one. AVG is good. Avast is another good free one. You can get all the definition files you want because they're completely free. So make sure you update it and run a scan periodically. This is what you need to keep hackers out of your computer, and you need that for basic protection. You have to at least have an antivirus, and I always recommend spyware remover, and I always recommend a registry cleaner. So if you have any questions about, which ones to get, what programs you should have, what programs you're not sure of on your computer to remove, just leave it in comments, and I'll help you out with that. And I can tell you some of the good programs that are safe to use. But changing your router password is a really good thing. Make sure you do that. If you're not sure, just do a quick Google search, and it will tell you how to change your router password. And the trick to changing your password and what password to use, because a lot of people say, oh, I don't know what password to put on. And I got some good advice from a good friend of mine, and he says, make sure you put a password in there that doesn't make sense. If it just doesn't make sense and it's not readable, then it's a good password. Make sure you write it down. Use upper and lowercase letters, mix them up, and use symbols also. And that'll be a good password. And I recommend changing your password every 6 months. You got to remember, you're doing banking, you're doing buying things online, you're using your credit cards, and you want to protect yourself from any kind of fraud or any kind of hacker programs that could affect you and affect your personal identity. So that's an important thing to do. And, it's proven that there's always around 5,000 known viruses at any time. There's a lot of false viruses out there that people claim that they're sending, and they come out to be false, and they're not. They're just a bogus thing. But there are real threats, and you need to have at least an antivirus program, and you need to have good passwords, and you need to have spyware remover to clean out your computer from any of these threats that can come in. And I highly recommend that. Maintenance is a big thing of using a computer. A lot of people want to know why their computer's not fast. When they bought it, it was a lot faster. And now, a year later, over time, the computer's slow now. And they ask, why is my computer slow? Do I need to buy another computer? And most of the time, when your computer's slow, it's not going to be hardware. It's going to be a software issue. A lot of junk from the internet will get on your computer and it will slow it down. It will make it slower and sluggish over time. What will happen is you get programs that are running on your startup menu. That means they're running when you turn your computer on before you do anything. These programs are running. You may have used them a few days ago, but they're still on your startup program, and they're going to be running in the background. And what happens when they run in the background, they use your memory. So you have 4 gigs of memory, let's say, and you got a few programs running in the background. That's going to drain some of your speed. So you need to get those programs off of your startup, and you need to free up that memory or add memory so your computer runs faster. And that's always a good thing. If you need memory, go to Crucial.com, and they're the memory experts, and they'll help you. I don't get paid for giving their name out or anything. I just know that I've used them over the years. I buy laptop memory and desktop memory for my customers' computers, and I trust Crucial, and they've been very fair and very good. So that's where you want to upgrade your memory. You speed it up, and you go to a site like Crucial.com or call them, and they'll help you out. Another thing is, if you want a faster computer, you got to have an SSD hard drive also. Some of these new computers are coming out with 16 gigs of RAM, and that makes your computer run faster. So if you're looking for a new computer, make sure you get an SSD hard drive. And you don't have to defrag an SSD hard drive because it's flash memory. There's no moving parts. You don't have to do defrag. Just remember that. And also, if you have a computer with an SSD hard drive, there's no need to try to defrag it because you cannot defrag an SSD. It's a little tip I just wanted to throw out there so people know. When you're looking to buy a computer, you want to think about what your needs are. If your needs are a certain thing, you need something that's going to let you edit your videos on YouTube, and you want to have a faster computer, make sure you get a faster laptop or a desktop. You want to look for something that has a quad-core processor. You want to find one that has an SSD hard drive. Could be 250 gig, could be 500. Really doesn't matter how big it is. You can always use an external hard drive to save and back up your data. And that's what I recommend for every computer user. If you have any information that you can't lose, pictures, documents, or any videos on your computer that you just can't live without, get yourself a USB external hard drive and back everything up to it. You could even delete the stuff off of your computer once you have a backup, or you can keep it both on. Personally, I don't like to have a lot of stuff on my computer. I'd rather have it backed up, and then it's safe. And if you need those files, you can put them on your computer, or you can work from your external hard drive, or you can create a folder and make things easier for you. If you create shortcuts on your desktop, any shortcut that you create is going to make things easier for you also. So organize your folders, your files, and any programs that you don't need, you don't want, and you don't even know how they got on your computer. You got to go into your hard drive and you got to uninstall them. And that goes for all kinds of malware. And the way to do that on Windows 10 is you're going to go and you're going to right click the Windows icon in the lower left, and then you're going to click where it says File Explorer. Then after that, you're going to go to My PC, and you're going to see the Windows C drive option, and you're going to right click on the C drive, left click on Properties, and then you're going to go to check out disk scan, and if you have a SATA hard drive, check out, make sure you run optimized drive and defragmentation. But in order to remove the files, the different computer programs that you don't need, you need to type in Control Panel and go into your Control Panel, go to Uninstall Programs or Add Programs and Features. That it could say that also on one version of Windows 10. It says Programs and Features. Go through that whole list and highlight any program you don't need and go up to the top, click on Install, and get rid of it. If it's toolbar, the toolbars can be slowing your computer down. Let's say you didn't even add the toolbar on there. Highlight that toolbar, go up to the top, hit Uninstall. Do that for every single program that you don't want or you don't need. That includes any kind of games that are on your computer that you don't use. A clean hard drive is going to be a healthy hard drive, and it's going to run better. So make sure you do that. And that's actually a way to speed up your computer also, is to take the bad stuff off your hard drive, and you just want on your hard drive the programs you use and the programs that you want. Now, if you're not sure what something is, you can always do a Google search and you can look it up. And also, if you're not sure what something is, it could be a sound driver or something like that, or a video driver. Make sure you don't delete it and uninstall it. Leave it there, leave it alone, because you don't want anything to foul up like your video or your sound. So make sure you do that, because you want to get rid of stuff on your hard drive that's not helping your internet. When you're on the internet, your programs are going to be a big factor. So if you have things that are making you pop up and all these different things, coming on, like you click on your Chrome and it's taking you to another website, another somewhere else that you're not in your regular pages, and it's showing up, some other pages showing up. You want to go into your Chrome browser and you want to clean your browser, whether you use Microsoft Edge or Chrome. You want to clean your browser, you got to go to the three dots on the top right hand corner, go to History, move your mouse to the left. Now you're in History, and you're going to delete all the history that's there by holding Control A on your keyboard and hitting delete until they're all gone. You may have to do it several times. If you're on a Windows 7 machine and you want to get rid of your startup programs, what you do is you right click the Windows icon and you go to Run and you type in msconfig in the Run box, and then you'll get to the configuration utility screen, and then you click Startup tab on the top and you uncheck all the boxes. On the right hand side, you'll see all these boxes that have check marks in them, and those are the things that start up when Windows starts up. When your computer starts, you uncheck all the boxes, then you hit Apply, and then you hit OK. And you'll be prompted to restart, so I recommend you restarting your computer on Windows 7. So I hope you got some benefits out of these tips. If you have any questions about your computer, any or any questions about something that's going on with your computer, make sure you leave it a question for me. You can check out my videos and my playlist will give you a lot of help for your computer issues. I have a lot of good videos in my playlist, and check them out. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that way you won't miss anything. Hit the bell and get all notifications when I come out with a video or when I do a live stream. Every couple days you'll see something new. So with that, thank you for watching my live stream, and I hope to see you again soon. And thank you for all the support, and